I just got another IM from Mike, and he tells me that the Ron Paul bill looks like it's been passed and had gotten ungutted, got back to its original stance.
Well, if that's true, we got a chance. It's a milestone. It'll pass in the Senate, I know, after that. And we got a chance to win, because the minute the public sees what the Fed's been doing since 1913, they're going to go ballistic. And the Fed will be done away with, and that will be step number one to getting our country back. The next thing we got to do is take the power away from the Illuminists who run our government in both parties. We got to stop the revolving door between banking and Wall Street and the United States government. And if we can do that, we can get our country back.
Amen. And that's true. Okay, here it is. He just said it's coming in from Politico, from Washington, D.C. Federal Reserve House panel approves Ron Paul proposal to audit the Federal Reserve. The House Financial Services Committee has approved Representative Ron Paul's measure to drastically expand the government's power to audit the Federal Reserve. The measure, based on Ron Paul's proposal, has attracted more than 300 co-sponsors, passed today 43 to 26 in the United States Senate as an amendment to the financial reform bill. Florida Democrat and fellow Fed critic Alan Grayson co-sponsored the amendment with Ron Paul and played a leading role in drumming up support for it amongst the Democrats and congressional representatives. The adoption of this amendment is an extraordinary victory for Ron Paul, whose libertarian, anti-Fed leanings have been mostly dismissed by all in government.
Our time is here. Our time is here. We should all cheer. That's a milestone. And it gives us a chance to win, and we're going to win. We're going to get all of these criminals out of there. It'll take a while, and we're going to have to restructure our entire financial and economic system. We're going to have to put up tariffs. There's a lot of things Americans have got to do, and they're going to have to suffer through a depression whether they like it or not, but we're going to win. And that's the first big step.
There has been a minor addition to the bill, so the bill's got to go back to the House for another vote. Even though the House has 300 co-sponsors from the House in the House of Representatives, the House Financial Services Committee will not vote on the final approval of the underlying bill until after the Thanksgiving recess. So there is some full up to Chapman.
Well, I wonder what they added.
I don't know. It doesn't say anything.
Well, listeners, you've done a good job of sending in the intel, and we appreciate it very much so that everybody can share in it. And all you guys and ladies that are serving our country, that's wonderful news for you. Wonderful news.
One last question here, at least one last question. Do you have any advice on things to say to family members to get them to wake up to what's really going on in America? Quote, my family and my friends refuse to believe what I tell them and what is really happening. They also refuse to purchase silver and gold or food. Anything, can you tell me anything or any advice?
The simplest way I know is to get a free copy of the International Forecaster by going to theinternationalforecaster.com, The International Forecaster, FORECASTER.com, or calling 800-375-4188. That's 800-375-4188. And you get a free copy and give it to them. And if you like it, subscribe. I keep my price down. Everybody else is charging between $200 and $600 a year, and I charge $159.95 to keep it within the grasp of the poor people. I do that deliberately. And I'm not sacrificing anything. I don't care about money. But the important thing is you get the word out. So subscribe so you can reproduce it and send it to everybody.
Okay. Robbie comes in the chat room and says, Bob mentioned that Goldman Sachs is in the market shorting gold-related investment. Does Bob see them losing their grip on this market?
Absolutely. Believe me, they're going to lose their grip. It's not going to work. It hasn't worked with bullion and silver for the last several months. They've lost control of that because they lost control of the physical market. They couldn't sell anymore. And they're going to lose control of the whole market, which includes the shares. It's not going to happen. The shares are way, way, way underpriced. And so to short them at this session at these prices with gold where it's at, they got to be insane. And they're going to lose. And when they start covering their shorts by buying the stock back, what's going to happen is stocks are going to go up 8 and 10% a day for 5 or 6 or 8 days in a row. It's going to be crazy. And I've told all our subscribers, keep on buying the shares and make them cover.
And for those that don't have a lot of money, junk silver pre-1963 U.S. silver coins are an excellent investment, guys.
They sure are. And, you can also pick up small fractional coins made by the U.S. and all other governments that are between approximately 1/5 and 1/4 of an ounce, and they run around $250 or $300. So if you want to get gold bullion coins, you can get them. There's a little bit more premium in them, but if you don't have the money, you've got to pay it. And start doing it now.
Understand. And I really appreciate you being on the show, Mr. Chapman. Larissa, play his commercial after the music. And Mr. Chapman, how was your golf game this last week, sir? You get a chance to play?
It was very good. I'm getting even better at my old age.
Give my regards to your lovely wife, and I want to thank you very much for putting out the fantastic newsletter. And ladies and gentlemen, the phone number will come up in just a minute for Mr. Chapman. We got to go. Mr. Chapman, we'll see you next Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Yes, sir?
You got it. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. God bless. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.